in Kansas City watches his team lose the Super Bowl. His hands are shaking. His heart is pounding like he just ran a mile. But he didn't move from the couch. Here's the twist. His body doesn't know the difference between losing a football game and losing a fight for his life. Scientists have measured this. Real blood tests, real hormones, real heart attacks. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why football turns calm, rational adults into people who cry over a piece of leather flying through the air, and why, weirdly, that obsession might actually be good for them. If you've ever wondered why your dad screams at a TV like the referee can hear him, or why your friend's mood for the entire week depends on 11 strangers in another country, you're not alone. This isn't a personality flaw, it's wired into the brain. Here's what we're covering. 1. The hormone that makes fans feel like they personally won the game. 2. Why losing can spike your risk of a heart attack. 3. The psychological trick your brain plays that turns my team into me. 4. The tribal ritual that bonds strangers into family. And 5. The surprising research showing that obsessive fans might be mentally healthier than people who don't care about sports at all. Let's start with the chemistry. In 1991, a researcher named Paul Bernhardt wanted to know something strange. Athletes get a testosterone boost when they win. Does that happen to the people just watching? He tested male fans at a college basketball rivalry game, then again during a World Cup soccer match. He took saliva samples before and after. Nobody on the couch threw a single pass or kicked a single ball. The fans of the winning team had a real testosterone increase. The fans of the losing team had a real testosterone decrease, in some cases dropping by roughly a fifth. Their bodies reacted like they were the ones on the field. This is why a loss doesn't just ruin your mood. It chemically changes you for hours afterward. If losing can shift your hormones, can it actually put your health in danger? Doctors in Germany decided to find out during the 2006 World Cup. They tracked cardiac emergencies across Munich during every match Germany played and compared it to normal days. The riskiest moment wasn't the final whistle. It was around the 1 hour mark when tension is highest and the outcome is still unclear. On the days Germany played, the rate of serious heart events like heart attacks and dangerous arrhythmias more than doubled. A similar pattern showed up in England in 1998, when hospital admissions for heart attacks jumped 25% in the days after England lost a penalty shootout to Argentina. Football doesn't just feel like life or death to obsessive fans. For a small number of people, it genuinely can be. Notice how fans never say they won. They say we won, even though they didn't play a single minute. Psychologists call this identity fusion. It's more intense than simply liking a team. It means your personal identity and the team's identity blend into one thing. Researchers studying Brazilian fans during a World Cup found that fans who felt this fusion showed real spikes in the stress hormone cortisol. During live matches, their bodies were physically syncing with the emotional stakes of the game. This fusion is also why fans will drive across the country, spend money they don't have, or get into arguments with strangers over a team. It isn't really about the team anymore. The team has become part of who they are. Defending the team feels like defending themselves. Psychologist Robert Cialdini noticed something odd on college campuses. After a win, way more students showed up wearing their school's colors than after a loss. He called this basking in reflected glory, borrowing pride from a team's success to boost your own self-image. The flip side is just as real. After a loss, fans distance themselves. They stop saying we and start saying they. Psychologists call this cutting off reflected failure. This single behavior pattern, leaning in during wins, pulling away during losses, shows up in fans everywhere from Manchester to Mexico City. It's not fake loyalty. It's the brain protecting self-esteem in real time, using a football team as the shield. Walk into any stadium during a chant, and thousands of strangers move and sing in perfect sync. That's not just atmosphere, it's a psychological tool. Researchers studying ultras, the most intense fan groups in world football, found that synchronized singing and shared rituals significantly deepen that sense of fusion with the group. The more intense and emotional the shared ritual, the stronger the bond. This is the same mechanism that bonds soldiers, choirs, and religious congregations. Football just happens to package it into 90 minutes, every week, with a built-in enemy to unite against. That's why a stadium full of strangers can feel more like family than some actual family gatherings. With all this stress, heartbreak, and blood pressure spiking, you'd assume obsessive fans are worse off mentally than everyone else. The research says the opposite. Psychologist Daniel Wann has studied sports fans for decades. Across multiple studies, he found that the more strongly someone identifies with a local team, the lower their loneliness and the higher their self-esteem and life satisfaction tend to be regardless of whether the team wins. A 2024 study analyzing tens of thousands of people using both surveys and brain scans linked watching sports to a genuine boost in overall well-being. And in a country where roughly 6 in 10 Americans report feeling lonely, one study found non-fans were actually lonelier than fans. The obsession isn't a weakness. For a lot of people, it's one of the only regular, reliable sources of community they have left. So here's the full picture. That fan who screams at the TV isn't broken. Their testosterone is rising and falling with the score. Their heart is under measurable real strain. Their identity has fused with a team of strangers wearing a certain jersey. And the rituals, the chants, the heartbreak, all of it is quietly protecting them from something a lot of adults are secretly struggling with: loneliness. The obsession looks irrational from the outside. From the inside, it's one of the most human things a person can do. If you've ever felt your own heart race over a game, comment which moment hit you the hardest. Hit subscribe if you want more videos that break down the hidden psychology behind everyday obsessions.